Mayoral Memo with Matthew Dickerson from Dubbo Regional Council.
This is 2BS Breakfast, 11 minutes away from the news at 8 o'clock. Joining us now on the program from Dubbo, Mayor Matthew Dickerson. Good morning.
Good morning, Dusty. How are you going today?
Very well, thank you. How are things in Dubbo this morning?
Almost getting a bit like Bathurst. It's a bit cold this morning. It was 2 degrees this morning, Dusty.
I'm not sure, but it's a little bit colder here. It was about 0 degrees when I rocked up to work this morning, so that was nice, Matthew. Lots happening in Dubbo at the moment. Changing method of sales for some land.
Yeah, we've got some land at Keswick Estate, and this is council-owned land. We've got a number of developers around Dubbo. Council tends to come in and out of the land market as we need. We've got a large parcel of land we bought back in the mid-70s that we've been slowly selling off over the years. And with this particular parcel, or these particular lots we've got there, a bit over 50 lots in Keswick Estate, we brought them onto the market just at the wrong time. We were trying to get them on the market when the market was absolutely hot for buying land, but we just had a few delays in the construction of the estate. And when we came onto the market, it was just when interest rates were going up, so sales just slowed down a little bit. So we've sold about 18 of those lots, and we want to sell a few more. So we're actually proposing to make a few changes, which went through our standing committee meetings last week, but they won't be definite resolutions of council till the council meeting in another week and a half's time on Thursday the 27th. But what we're looking to do is change a few things. The first thing is do a 12-month delayed settlement. So if some builder wants to buy a parcel of land there, they can buy a parcel of land, not pay for it for up to 12 months, so they can build a house on it and sell it, so just to protect their cash flow. So I think that'll help them in terms of those cash flow, and maybe some builders will build some spec homes. So basically when they sell the block or 12 months' time, whichever comes first, they'll have to pay for that. So I think that's a good move. The second thing we're looking at doing is actually changing the way we're doing it. At the moment, we've got a multi-agency agreement where any agent can sell those, or not any. We had 9 agencies that could sell those. We're going to go through a process to have just one agency sell those blocks of land. So again, we think that'll make a slight increase in just the focus, I suppose, the important part there, so that one agent will be more focused on that. And the other part is we had a limit of 2 lots, a maximum of 2 lots that any one entity, any one builder, any one organisation could buy and own there. We're going to lift that limit to 5 lots at any one time. So that'll give more flexibility for builders that want to buy a few lots, build homes on them and sell them and then buy a few more. So with those few changes, if they go through at the council meeting on the 27th, we think that'll stimulate some more sales.
Fingers crossed, Matthew. Also, speaking of developments, you've had a developer looking at doing a bit of development around the Dubbo area, and a squirrel glider's caused a few issues.
It has caused a few issues, and this is the problem with the Biodiversity Conservation Act of 2016. There's been lots of developments that have happened across the state where maybe the intent of the act is maybe not being delivered. There was a squirrel glider sighted at this particular development on Camp Road in 2018. We're talking about 33 lots being developed here, and so that one squirrel glider has caused some problems. 6 years later, for that development to go ahead, because of that one squirrel glider, the developer will have to pay approximately $60,000 in offsets, in credits for that one squirrel glider. We don't know if the squirrel glider is still there. The potential for that squirrel glider to be there is still there, but it hasn't been sighted for 6 years. You can't prove it's not there by not seeing it there, if you understand what I mean. If you see it there again, you know it's there. But I could sit there for a week and say I didn't see a squirrel glider, but it doesn't prove that it's not there. So there's a bit of a discussion going on between the state government, ourselves and the developer about the sighting of this squirrel glider and what that means. So again, potentially $60,000. Now, where's that $60,000 go? It doesn't go to the squirrel glider family because we don't know the squirrel glider family. It goes to some other offsets somewhere else to protect the squirrel glider family, and then that work can continue on there. So it's not even protecting the squirrel glider in this particular scenario. So it's only a small amount in the scheme of the $60,000, but we have seen across the state large amounts of money really blocking development because of that Biodiversity Conservation Act.
Also, Matthew, one of the things that you really brought ahead as mayor, and one of the first things that happened when you first became mayor in 2011 was the Mayoral Developers Forum. The next one will be held this Wednesday. Could you tell us a bit about what happens at these meetings and the importance of them?
Yeah, I think they're very important. This Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. at the Western Plains Cultural Centre, anyone involved in the development industry, that's developers, that's builders, that's financiers, that's real estate agents, anyone involved at all, we invite along. And there's a couple of things that happen there. The first thing is we give the whole industry an update on what we're seeing. And there's a lot happening in Dubbo at the moment, a lot of development happening there. We've got our renewable energy zone that's creating a lot of demand for development. There's people wanting to move to Dubbo, lots of demand there. So we want to make sure developers are across all the latest developments. We also get a bit of an update, not just from council, but from some of those people involved in the development industry. For example, the Real Estate Institute's going to give us an update on what they're seeing in the overall development industry around Dubbo to see what's happening there. And then the most important part, I think, is there's a lot of engagement amongst the people within the development industry. We want to facilitate progression in development. This is not about council and developers getting too cosy together. We've still got our rules that we must follow. You've still got the rules that developers have got to go through. But we want the developers in the room and the people involved in the development to really have that discussion to see how they can progress. And that's one of the most powerful things that I find out of it, is that we'll see real estate agents talking to developers, builders talking to people involved in the industry, a whole range of conversations that are happening there that really promote that development industry. So a very powerful tool, and looking forward to the next one this Wednesday.
Certainly will be very important, Matthew. Thank you so much for your time this morning. We'll catch up again soon.
Thank you, Dusty. Appreciate your time.
Mayor of Dubbo, Matthew Dickerson, joining us here on 2BS Breakfast. Dusty Fitzpatrick with you in for Pecky. 5 minutes away from the news at 8 o'clock. Back with you after this.
Mayoral Memo with Matthew Dickerson from Dubbo Regional Council.